hacker. At the beginning of the film, a family arrives in Canada to live. And their financial situation was dire because they don't even have a job, forcing them to live outside the city. They have a son named Alex and he tells he has no friend in Canada. That's why I used to spend most of my time with my mother's computer. There I play games, talks to the strangers on internet and learn new things. Moreover, he tells he want to be like the people who have changed the world. There is a site on the net from where we can earn money while just clicking on it. From there he earns $140 in his life for the first time through that site and becomes happy with it. Time passes gradually and Alex grows elder. Then one evening Alex finds his mother weeping when he returns home. His mother tells him that she has lost her bank job and we have no money to give the house rent. We will be thrown out of the house. Hearing this, Alex moves to his room and brings a box, and there was a lot of money in it which he has collected for the past few years. He gives that amount to his mother, but seeing a lot of money his mother asks, "Did you rob?" Alex says, "No mother, I haven't done anything wrong, but I have collected this amount for my fees, but don't worry, I will again collect money for my fees." He gives money to his mother but becomes depressed because he has collected this amount for the past many years. Now he doesn't know how and when he will again collect money for himself. Then he types dark web on his computer and it is a world of net where all the wrong tasks held. None can find anyone here and Alex makes his account here, but he was asked to show his job when he asks for permission to join the group. There was an arrogant boy in his school and Alex cleverly gets his credit card and he sends its details to a man on the dark web who was a hacker. Who is a hacker? A hacker is the one who is skilled to work on the internet and computer. He used his skill to complete his special purpose in a wrong way and none discover it. Alex's rank increases and due to it, he can reach a few things of dark web or can also use them. Later, Alex asks the hacker that I want to earn money and the hacker sends him 2 laptops and asks him to sell them and the profit will be equally divided among us. He did the same and divide the money while selling them. After it, the hacker sends the different expensive things to Alex. Actually, the hacker used to buy things from people's credit cards on dark web. Alex used to sell them, but the city where Alex lives was smaller and he doesn't find the buyers of the expensive things. Alex says to his parents, "I am going to the other city to complete my studies." It was a huge city and he reaches the city. There, he meets a boy who later becomes his friend. He says to Alex, "The things you want to sell, I will sell them easily within minutes, but I will take its 30%. Alex agrees for this and then they start working. Now Alex was bored of small job and he wants to do something different and huge. He says to his friend, "If we get the credit cards of the people work in bank but don't do their job honestly, we can earn a lot of money." His friend says, "I will help you in this." He takes the details of the cards of the people who are dishonest from the people who work there. The people who earn money from illegal ways. Alex and his friend earn a lot of money and then one day, they were arrested by the police. They give many expensive watches to the police and were released. Now Alex wants to take revenge from the bank where his mother worked and she was terminated. He went there as a customer and throws something down intentionally. He puts a device in the computer while pretending that he is picking up things, so he will send the saved data of the computer into his device. The bank manager sees him doing this and calls Alex into his room and asks from where did he get this device? Now you have to tell everything. Firstly, Alex doesn't tell anything, but when the manager says I will call the police, he agrees to tell everything. Alex says, "I wasn't trying to rob the bank, but it was just a prank actually. I have made a device through which I can install virus in any computer. I was just randomly checking your computer and your computer has an old system. I will install a new system in it if you want to, and I will make it like none will ever try to hack it. I will do it free and will not charge anything. Everyone become happy from you," and the manager agrees on it. Then he let them go from the bank. That night Alex receives messages from dark web. Actually someone has spread the news on dark web that Alex tried to hack a bank's system. Due to it, he becomes famous in the dark web's world. There was a message of the famous hacker among those messages who is always in news. Alex becomes excited to see his message. The next day, they see another message of a girl from Dark Web's world. This girl was named Kira and she calls them to meet. Alex goes to meet her and asks her to work with them. She agrees and now they start working together. Kira has a machine through which she can make fake credit cards. She makes many credit cards with which they earn a lot of money. Now while working, they start selling expensive things and they all work Kira's clients, and when they ask from where did she get those clients, Kira tells her uncle gives her those clients. They have moved forward in their hacking job that now they have a new expensive car. Kira buys that car from one of her clients. That's why Alex's friend suspects her and he says to Alex if she can do everything with the help of her uncle then why she need us. Alex ignores him and then they done a huge deal to buy something. Kira was doing this job and Alex's friend moves to find out about those clients. Now they start arguing. During this, Alex's friend touches that client and after it, they point their guns at them. They were goons and now the circumstances gets worse and the leader says if you will try to sell things to anyone I will end you. Later, they come to Hong Kong as Kira said because she always want to come here. Reaching here, they start shopping with their fake credit cards they made. Then one night, they move to a club where Alex's friend gets into a fight with a girl. Alex and his friend were arrested by the police due to it. Kira releases them with the help of her father the next morning. Alex and Kira were sitting there and Alex's friend arrives and apologizes for that night. He has sold and bought a lot of things, and he has a lot of money. Actually, he has used a special credit card they get when they were in Canada. The time when Kira doesn't work with them, the card was beneficial because a huge amount can be withdrawn at a time from it. If they will use it for the second time they will be caught. Alex becomes furious when he discovers he has used that card. They start argue. Alex asks his friend to go back Canada and he does the same and returns. Alex and Kira were left here and they steal $2.3 million with the help of their fake credit cards. They left the Dark Web's card everywhere. It is told in the news that there is robbery of $2.3 million in Hong Kong. None knows who has done this. The biggest hacker of the Dark Web who controls the Dark Web takes the responsibility to discover who has done this. Kira decides she will skip this job because she has a lot of money and wants to spend a peaceful life. Alex still wants to continue this job. They were arguing about it meanwhile, receives the message of that hacker. He appreciates them for the task of credit cards. Alex says I want to meet you but the hacker says no this isn't possible. Alex says there is a deal through which we can earn billions and the hacker gets ready to meet them. Hearing this, they go to meet that hacker who was on a wheelchair and his face was also ruined. He says why I should work with you? Alex says I have a deal through which we can earn billions. Like I told you before. The hacker says if you will do any mistake then not only you but your family, friends and relatives will be ended. Now Alex tells him his idea and leaves with Kira and they receive a call of Alex's friend when they were in the car. He apologizes to him and says I have reaches Hong Kong and waiting for you in the hotel. Then his doorbell rings and he thinks Alex and Kira have arrived. As he opens the door there was someone else. They are the people whom credit cards are used by Alex's friend and on it, Alex argued with him. Alex and Kira also reach the hotel room after a while and see their friend is ended by someone. Alex becomes upset. Now he wants to call the police but Kira says we can't do this and doing this we can be caught. They have to leave the hotel. The next day, they receive the hacker's call. He says I want to work on your idea so they start working on it. Alex and Kira move into a room where the people were already sitting on computers. The bank chairman is shown in the next scene due to whom the share market is good but the companions of the famous hacker shoots him. As he dies, Alex, Kira and their team start spreading this news in the world. It was also told in the news, due to which the huge businessmen of the cities start selling their shares at low price. Likewise, the share market, whose condition was good before, ruins and the famous hacker buys those shares. It means he has purchased costly shares at low prices. Due to it, he gets benefit of $1 billion. He also sends Alex's share into his account. After it, Alex, Kira and their companions leave from there. The bank's chairman is shown hunting with his friends, and he was told on call that his death news is spread in the whole world. The man is shown who was shot a bullet while considering the chairman. He was actually given the get-up of the chairman, and this was Alex's plan, so the hair market will ruin because of his death news and they will get the benefit of $1 billion. It happened the same. Alex and Kira were sitting in their car. Meanwhile, two men arrive who make them faint, and Alex's face was covered with a cloth when he comes to his senses. He asks about Kira but get no answer. Now the man who was sitting there receives a call and asks to leave Alex. Alex was released and he finds his laptop broken and there was nothing in his wallet. He somehow comes back to the city and calls Kira, but her number was switched off, and after finding Kira for many days he tries to open the dark web. Now the dark web was occupied by the government. Later, he watches the news and discovers the famous hacker is also arrested because he has done many illegal tasks. His companion Kira, who was trying to run, died because of shooting a bullet. Alex tries to open the dark web. That's why the police arrive and arrest him. Alex was in jail for 2 years. He realizes his mistake in 2 years and now he wants to leave and meet his family. He was released after 2 years. When he comes out, there was a girl in the car and she was none other than Kira. He becomes surprised to see Kira alive, and here, she tells Alex everything and says, "The uncle about whom I told you was none other than the bank manager who caught you with device in the bank. Actually, I was in jail and the manager came to meet me in jail and made a plan with the government to court the famous hacker. He included me in that plan. In return he promised to remove all the allegations from me. That's why I become a part of the plan, and he asked me to include you in this plan while giving me your file. Then I met you and I kept on saying to move to Hong Kong, but you don't want to go, and the goons who pointed their guns at us were a part of this plan, so you will get ready to go to Hong Kong, the place where the hacker lived, so we will court him while moving there." She says, "You know the further story, but Alex says you lied to me, but Kira says I never lied to you. I tried to tell you many times but I couldn't." Later, she gives him his real passport and asks, "Would you like to go home with me?" They then get in their car and drive away to live an honest and good life. The film concludes here.